Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Abraham Lincoln pennies that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we have a special treat for all the coin hunters out there. We're going to explore a seemingly modest piece of American history, the United States 1-cent coin from 1993. At first glance, it may appear just like any other penny, but don't let its small size fool you. This coin has an intriguing story to tell, and its value might just surprise you. Stick with us as we uncover the history, design, and rare circumstances that make this particular penny worth a significant sum. Let's start by going back in time to 1993. The early 90s in the United States were a time of change. The country was moving past the end of the Cold War, and the economy was transitioning into a new phase of growth. Bill Clinton had just become president, and the world was evolving. But what does all of this have to do with a humble 1-cent coin? Well, the 1993 penny was minted during an interesting period in U.S. coin history, and it plays an important role in the story of the American currency system. The 1993 penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. These coins are iconic, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse, introduced in 2010. However, in 1993, the design was still the classic wheat ears reverse, which had been in use since the 1950s. This makes the 1993 penny a bridge between the old and the new, a coin that marks the transition from the traditional wheat cent design to the modern shield design that would follow just a few years later. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1993 penny unique and why it's become a hot commodity among collectors. Most of the 1-cent coins from this year were minted in large quantities, meaning they are relatively easy to find in circulation. However, there is a small but crucial detail that sets certain 1993 pennies apart. It has to do with their minting process. As with most years, the U.S. Mint produced pennies in both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The regular coins were struck and distributed widely, but some rare minting errors occurred during the production process, and these rare errors are exactly what collectors are after. Minting errors can range from minor issues like slight misprints to more extreme flaws such as double dies, off-center strikes, or other irregularities that make the coin unique. These rare variants are what make the 1993 penny so interesting. One of the most highly sought-after versions of the 1993 penny is a variety that features a double die error. This means that the design on the coin was struck more than once, causing the image of Abraham Lincoln or the date to appear doubled or distorted. These double die pennies are extremely rare, and collectors who manage to find one are often willing to pay a significant price for it. Coins with such minting errors are unique because they represent a flaw in the production process, making them one-of-a-kind pieces in the world of numismatics. The 1993 penny with a double die error is considered a treasure by coin collectors, and its value can be significantly higher than the regular version of the coin. In fact, finding a penny with a minting error like this can be like stumbling upon a gold mine. The rarity of such an error, combined with the historical context of the coin, makes it incredibly valuable to the right buyer. But even if your 1993 penny doesn't have a minting error, don't lose hope just yet. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition also have their own value. Pennies that have been carefully stored, untouched by wear and tear, are more desirable to collectors. A coin that has been kept in mint condition is often worth much more than one that has been circulated and worn down over the years. If you happen to find a 1993 penny that looks as if it just came from the mint, it might be worth taking it to an expert to have it appraised. Now, let's talk about the exciting part, the value of this rare coin. You might be wondering just how much a 1993 penny could be worth, especially if you've got one in excellent condition or with a rare minting error. The value can vary depending on factors like the condition of the coin and whether it has any errors. For a standard 1993 penny, you're not looking at much, it's just 1 cent, after all. But when you start talking about coins with minting errors or in uncirculated condition, the value skyrockets. And here's the big reveal: if you happen to have a 1993 penny with a double die error or in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth an impressive $45,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $45,000 for a single penny. Who would have thought that something as small and simple as a penny could hold such a tremendous value? It's an incredible reminder that in the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition are everything. So, if you have a 1993 penny sitting in your collection, or if you come across one in your coin hunting adventures, it's worth taking a closer look. Even a simple penny might hold the key to unlocking a treasure trove of value. You never know, your next find could be worth a small fortune. Top 2, we're diving into the world of US currency to uncover a hidden gem that might be sitting in your collection right now. The United States 1-cent coin from 1980 is a piece of history that many overlook, but as we'll discover, it has a fascinating story and surprising value for collectors. You may think it's just another penny, but by the end of this video, you'll understand why this small coin could potentially be worth a small fortune. So, stick with us as we explore the 1980 penny, its history, and why it could be worth a lot more than you think. Let's rewind to 1980. The United States was in the midst of the late 20th century economic landscape, grappling with inflation, high interest rates, and an uncertain global atmosphere. Ronald Reagan had just begun his presidential term, and the country was making big shifts in terms of politics and economics. It was also a time of transformation for the U.S. Mint, with coins like the 1-cent piece continuing to play a vital role in American daily life. While these pennies were produced in large quantities and spent just like any other coin, there are some rare, valuable versions that could be hiding in plain sight. The design of the 1980 penny, like many pennies of its era, features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Lincoln has graced the U.S. 1-cent coin since 1909, making it one of the most enduring and recognizable coins in American history. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the familiar wheat ears design that was used from 1909 until 1958. After that, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, which was still in use in 1980. It's this memorial that serves as a lasting tribute to the 16th President of the United States, and its clean, simple design is still beloved by collectors today. But here's the twist: the 1980 penny, while seemingly ordinary, can be incredibly valuable under certain circumstances. Most of the 1980 pennies you come across are relatively common, but there's a specific version that stands out from the rest. The key to its rarity and value lies in the minting process. Like many other years, the U.S. Mint struck pennies at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints in 1980. The most notable difference between these coins lies in their mint marks. The Denver Mint uses a D mint mark, while the Philadelphia Mint coins are typically unmarked. What makes these 1980 pennies particularly valuable is that there were some rare errors that occurred during the minting process, mistakes that make certain coins much more collectible and, therefore, much more valuable. One of the most valuable varieties of the 1980 penny is the 1980 no mint mark coin. While most 1980 pennies from the Philadelphia Mint are struck without a mint mark, a small number were accidentally struck with a D mint mark, which should have only appeared on coins minted in Denver. These coins, known as the 1980 no mint mark D pennies, are considered a highly sought-after error by collectors. Because the error is so rare, these coins can command a hefty price when they're in excellent condition. Another factor that contributes to the value of the 1980 penny is its condition. While most of these coins were heavily circulated, finding one in uncirculated or near mint condition can dramatically increase its value. Coins that show little to no wear, with clear, sharp details and minimal blemishes, are prized by collectors. So, if you happen to come across a 1980 penny that looks almost as fresh as the day it was minted, you could be holding on to a highly valuable coin. But the excitement doesn't stop there. Some 1980 pennies have been found with other minting errors, like double strikes or off-center designs. These types of errors are incredibly rare, and when they appear on coins that are already in high demand, their value can skyrocket. A double-struck 1980 penny, for example, could fetch a considerable sum at auction, depending on the severity and clarity of the error. These types of mistakes are one of a kind, and collectors are often willing to pay big money for a coin that stands out from the rest. Now, let's talk about the ultimate prize for collectors, the value of the 1980 penny with one of these errors or in uncirculated condition. So, just how much could this unassuming coin be worth? The value of the 1980 penny can vary greatly depending on the condition and whether it has a minting error. However, in the case of a rare, error-free 1980 penny in perfect condition or one of the limited error varieties, the value can reach an incredible amount. That if you have a 1980 penny that's in pristine condition, or even better, a rare error coin, you might be sitting on a real treasure. You won't believe it, but the 1980 penny with the right combination of rarity and condition could be worth as much as $48,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $48,000 for a single penny. That's an extraordinary amount for a coin that most people would consider insignificant. It just goes to show that in the world of coin collecting, it's not always about the size or denomination of the coin, but rather its rarity and historical significance. A simple 1-cent piece from 1980 could be worth more than you ever imagined, especially if it's part of one of these rare error varieties or is in pristine, uncirculated condition. So, if you've got a jar of loose change lying around or you come across a 1980 penny in your next coin hunt, it's definitely worth taking a second look. That penny might just be the key to unlocking a treasure trove of value. Don't let its humble appearance fool you, it could be worth more than you ever thought possible. Top 3, we're going to explore a coin that might be sitting in your change jar right now, the United States 1-cent coin from 1979. This seemingly simple penny could actually be worth far more than you might expect. Stick with us as we uncover the fascinating history behind this coin, what makes it special, and just how much it could be worth. Spoiler alert, it's more than you think. Let's take a trip back to 1979. The United States was in the midst of a transformative time. The country had just seen the end of the 1970s, a decade marked by economic challenges, the energy crisis, and political upheaval. Jimmy Carter was the president, and the world was changing fast. In the world of coins, however, some things stayed the same. The penny, also known as the 1-cent piece, continued to be a central part of American currency. But little did most people know, the 1979 penny was part of something that would make it stand out in the world of coin collecting for decades to come. At first glance, the 1979 penny may look just like any other. It features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, which has been a hallmark of U.S. pennies since 1909. On the reverse, you'll see the familiar Lincoln Memorial, which was used from 1959 until 2008. While this coin's design might seem typical, there's something about it that makes it particularly interesting to collectors. The 1979 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, but what really makes this particular coin valuable is a rare production error that occurred during its minting. It's the perfect example of how a simple mistake in the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. This year, a number of pennies were struck with minting errors that make them incredibly rare and valuable. The most sought-after error from the 1979 penny series is the double die variety. You might be wondering, what exactly is a double die error? A double die occurs when the coin is struck more than once, but not perfectly aligned each time. As a result, the design on the coin appears to be doubled or shifted. For the 1979 penny, this error most commonly affects the image of President Lincoln or the date, causing them to appear blurry, thick, or duplicated. These double die coins are considered a major find for collectors because they are so rare, and the uniqueness of the error makes them highly desirable. The 1979 double die penny is not just any coin, it's a valuable treasure. These errors are extremely hard to find in circulation today. Most of the coins produced with this error were eventually removed from circulation, but some slipped through the cracks. If you happen to come across one of these coins, it could be worth a lot more than its 1-cent value. Some of these 1979 double die pennies have sold at auction for a significant sum, with prices climbing higher depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. But let's not forget, there are other types of errors that can make a 1979 penny valuable. Some of these pennies were struck with misalignments, off-center designs, or even die cracks. These variations are less common but can still attract a premium from collectors who are on the hunt for unique specimens. Coins with unusual features like these are highly prized in the numismatic world because they stand out from the thousands of regular pennies minted every year. In addition to minting errors, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. If you happen to find a 1979 penny that has been carefully preserved and is in uncirculated condition, you might have a real gem on your hands. Coins that have not been used or circulated in everyday transactions are considered more valuable because their details remain sharp and intact. A penny that looks brand new and shows little to no wear is much more desirable to collectors than one that's been worn down from years of use. Even a small detail like this can drastically increase the coin's market value. Now, here's the big moment, the price reveal. You've been wondering, how much could a 1979 penny really be worth? Well, if you have a 1979 penny with the double die error or in excellent, uncirculated condition, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history. And the value? You won't believe it, but the right 1979 penny could be worth as much as $56,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $56,000 for a single penny. That's right, a simple 1-cent coin from 1979 could fetch an impressive sum if it's the right type of error coin or in pristine condition. This goes to show just how much hidden value there can be in the world of coin collecting. What appears to be an ordinary penny could hold the key to unlocking an unexpected treasure. Whether it's due to a minting error or simply the result of being in near-perfect condition, a 1979 penny could be your ticket to an incredible payday. So, if you have a collection of old coins or happen to come across a 1979 penny, it's definitely worth taking a second look. Inspect it carefully, check for any minting errors, and if you find something unusual, get it appraised by a professional. You just might have a rare coin on your hands, and who knows, your next find could be worth a small fortune. Top 4, we have an exciting discovery to share that might just be hiding in your collection right now. Have you ever wondered if that old penny from 1992 could be worth more than its face value? Well, today, we're diving deep into the world of the United States 1-cent coin from 1992 to uncover its hidden value and why it's becoming a hot item in the world of coin collecting. Stick with us as we explore the history of this coin, what makes it so special, and how much it could be worth today. Let's start by setting the stage. 1992. It was a year of change and transformation in the United States. The country was in the midst of the George H.W. Bush presidency, and the world was experiencing a period of political and economic shifts. In the world of American currency, the penny was still a crucial part of daily life, though many were beginning to debate its relevance due to inflation. Despite these discussions, the 1992 penny continued to circulate, and while it might have seemed like just another coin, something remarkable was brewing behind the scenes. The 1992 penny is part of the famous Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation for over a century. The coin's design has evolved over time, but in 1992, it still featured the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has graced the 1-cent coin since 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been in use since 1959. This design is a tribute to one of the United States' greatest presidents and serves as a symbol of unity and the nation's commitment to freedom and democracy. At first glance, the 1992 penny might seem like just another example of the familiar Lincoln Memorial design, but the story of this coin becomes much more intriguing when we dive deeper into the history of its minting process. The United States Mint produced millions of pennies that year, most of which circulated normally. However, there are a few special circumstances that make the 1992 penny an exciting coin for collectors to search for. Like many other years, the U.S. Mint struck pennies at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But here's where things get interesting. Some rare errors occurred during the production process that make certain 1992 pennies far more valuable than the others. Minting errors are a fascinating aspect of coin collecting. They happen when something goes wrong during the striking of a coin, leading to a unique, often valuable version of the original design. These mistakes may seem like flaws, but to collectors, they are treasures that can be worth significantly more than the face value. One of the most sought-after error coins from the 1992 penny series is the close AM variety. This error occurs when the A and M in America on the reverse side of the coin are too close together. Normally, there should be a noticeable gap between the letters, but due to a mistake during the minting process, some coins were struck with the letters almost touching. This subtle yet significant difference has made the 1992 close AM penny one of the most valuable varieties for collectors. The close AM penny from 1992 is extremely rare, and if you happen to have one in your possession, you could be holding on to something truly special. Coins with this error are incredibly hard to find because most of them were quickly removed from circulation. However, some of these rare pennies have made their way into the hands of collectors, and when they are found in good condition, their value can skyrocket. But that's not the only valuable feature of the 1992 penny. Like all coins, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that have been well preserved, free from scratches, stains, or wear and tear, are worth much more than coins that have been heavily circulated. A 1992 penny that looks like it just came from the mint could command a significant price from collectors. If you happen to come across a penny from 1992 that appears in uncirculated or near mint condition, it might be worth getting it appraised, as its value could be far higher than you ever expected. Another important factor is the rarity of any errors or misprints on the coin. Even if your 1992 penny doesn't have the close AM error, you might have a version with another minting flaw, such as an off-center strike or double die. These types of mistakes are highly sought after by collectors because they are so rare and unique. In some cases, even a small error can increase a coin's value dramatically. Now, let's talk about the big question: how much could a 1992 penny be worth? Well, it depends on a few things: the condition of the coin, whether it has any minting errors, and how rare those errors are. For a typical 1992 penny in circulated condition, you're looking at a coin worth just 1 cent. However, if you have a 1992 penny with the close AM error, or if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value can jump significantly. The rare 1992 close AM penny can sell for thousands of dollars, but here's the exciting part: the most valuable 1992 pennies can be worth up to $46,000. Yes, you heard that right, $46,000 for a single penny. That's an incredible amount of money for a coin that most people would dismiss as nothing more than spare change. But in the world of coin collecting, even a simple penny from 1992 can be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. So, if you have a 1992 penny lying around, or if you come across one in your coin searches, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Carefully inspect the reverse for any minting errors, particularly the close AM variety, and check its condition. If it looks to be in great shape, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Top 5, and last rare coin, we have a special treat for you as we explore a fascinating coin that could be hiding in your pocket or coin jar: the United States 1-cent coin from 1988. You might think this little penny isn't worth much more than its face value, but you'd be surprised. This seemingly ordinary coin has an exciting story behind it, and depending on its condition and certain rare features, it could be worth a whole lot more than just 1 cent. Let's set the stage for 1988. The United States was in the midst of the Ronald Reagan presidency, and the country was experiencing a time of economic recovery and growth. The stock market was strong, and American consumers were enjoying a period of relative prosperity. Meanwhile, the penny, or 1-cent coin, continued to circulate as a crucial part of everyday transactions. The design of the 1988 penny was still the same as it had been for nearly 3 decades, featuring the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. For the most part, the 1988 penny might seem like any other penny from that era. It was minted in large quantities, and many of these coins circulated regularly in daily transactions. But here's the thing: among all those pennies, a few rare ones slipped through the cracks, and some even have unique characteristics that make them highly desirable to collectors. Today, we're diving into what makes the 1988 penny so special and why it could be worth much more than you might expect. At first glance, the design of the 1988 penny seems familiar, almost like any other coin from that time. But as collectors know, it's not always the design that makes a coin valuable. It's the unique characteristics and rare features that can really set a coin apart. In the case of the 1988 penny, there's a particular variety that collectors are on the lookout for, the 1988 double die penny. So, what exactly is a double die penny? A double die occurs when the coin's design is struck multiple times during the minting process, but not perfectly aligned each time. This misalignment creates a doubling effect on the coin's design, making the details look thicker, blurry, or even duplicated. It's a minting error, and while it might seem like a mistake, in the world of coin collecting, it's a highly prized feature. For the 1988 penny, the double die error typically affects the image of President Lincoln on the obverse or the lettering on the reverse. When this error occurs, it's often subtle, but it's noticeable enough for experienced collectors to spot. A 1988 penny with the double die error can be worth many times more than a regular penny. And, as you may have guessed, these error coins are not easy to find. The reason why these error coins are so valuable is that they are incredibly rare. Although the U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies each year, only a small fraction of them will have any kind of minting flaw. In most cases, these coins are quickly identified and removed from circulation, but some of them do make their way into the hands of collectors. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1988 double die penny, it could be worth far more than its face value, but it's not just the double die error that makes the 1988 penny valuable. Another important factor in determining a coin's worth is its condition. Coins that have been well preserved, free from scratches, stains, and signs of wear, are highly sought after. If you find a 1988 penny that looks as though it just came from the mint, it could be worth far more than a coin that has been heavily circulated. Even a small amount of wear can reduce a coin's value, so if your 1988 penny is in excellent condition, it's definitely worth checking out. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value of the 1988 penny. As mentioned earlier, most of these coins are worth just 1 cent. However, if you have a 1988 penny with a double die error or in mint condition, it could be worth a lot more. In fact, a 1988 double die penny in excellent condition has been known to fetch thousands of dollars at auction. The rarest examples, particularly those with clear and dramatic doubling, have been sold for as much as $47,000. That's right, $47,000 for a single penny. It's truly incredible how something so small can hold such a significant value. The value of a coin like the 1988 double die penny depends largely on its rarity and condition, but these coins have proven to be highly valuable in the world of coin collecting. And the best part? The 1988 penny is not as rare as some might think, so with a little patience and a keen eye, you could be the lucky one to find one of these valuable error coins. In conclusion, while most 1988 pennies are worth, well, a penny, there are exceptions. Whether it's a double die error, a well-preserved uncirculated coin, or another rare minting flaw, the 1988 penny has the potential to be a hidden treasure. So, before you toss that penny aside, take a closer look. It could be worth far more than you think. If you happen to find a 1988 double die penny, you might just be holding onto a coin worth $47,000. That's a pretty amazing payoff for a coin that most people would overlook. We hope this video has sparked your interest in coin collecting and has shown you just how valuable those everyday coins can be. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on more exciting discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!